No, and I don't think that, as a sworn officer, he has the ability to Baker Act somebody. I mean, he didn't have to kick it upstairs, he didn't have to take her to a psychologist, didn't have to take her to a superior. He has the right and the power to Baker Act somebody. He obviously observed her and didn't feel that it needed to be done.
There's so much of this that is a game day decision, and that was his game day. He was there. We aren't. It's very hard for us to stand and put forth an opinion that's going to be more valid than his. Do I hear a motion regarding this subsection?
I believe we do not sustain section 86-453, number 8.
Second.
Under further discussion, I'd just like to share some opinions on this. I do feel that regarding, I think also under this subsection is included the decision or the allow you to get yourself to get embroiled in an affair with a subordinate or somebody else in your department falls under that, and falls under it rather clearly. It shouldn't be condoned, nor should it shouldn't be unreasonable for us to expect him to know better than that, and he did it anyway. It's a case of gotcha again, with the policies already in place, but I do think it falls under that, at least loosely, and it's an unwritten policy. It's unfortunate.
I agree with you, but I can tell you all the testimony that I heard about his ability to do his job as the detective from Daytona, the detective from the shores, internal affairs investigator, that I didn't hear one person that said that he didn't do a fantastic job or that he didn't act right while on duty or did anything while he was at work. The only thing I heard about what a good job he did.
Even the county's witnesses.
And they say that they agreed to that.
They agreed to his performance, so I don't know where that came from.
So many of these things sort of overlap each other, and so a lot of them are going to be included in more than one. My comments about the problematic nature of the and the relationship with people, we did have people say that they felt like there was preferential treatment going on, that when they didn't get a fair shake, get assigned to certain investigations. And it wasn't major. I mean, it's a matter of who shows up and wants to be involved in it. But there was a perception there, at least among a couple of people, not the majority, just the couples, that this was a problem from their standpoint.
Common sense kind of makes you want to feel that if there's something going on that he considers inappropriate while on the job, and then you follow afterward doing that, that surely it must affect you some on the job. But I didn't hear that through testimony. Just
I pointed to the SCAT for the director's select. He could not cite anything.
You ready for a vote on that one? Any other discussion?
We've got a motion and a second.
Not hold subsection 8 under that same section. All in favor of that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimously. Subsection 10, unsatisfactory performance of duties. Could it be any more broad? No, it could not. This, again, pointedly, they referred to what they were including under this were the guns taken from the house, being not reported, and not being allowed, or being allowed to take possession of those guns again the next day.
Well, here,
I'm sorry, my comment stands on the board, same issue.
it's discretionary, so there's no policy that says. I mean, a lot of things happen off duty. A lot of times, we always say, I mean, I've been in management off duty. I've heard people say all the time, I hate this job. Well, they said they hated it. Well, I'm not going to go to work next morning and fire them because they said they hated it. Or turn them in because they said they hated it. I mean, I used to say it all the day. I mean,
Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion that we do not
discussion on this one? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Being none, the motion carries unanimously. Subsection 12, about half done. Knowingly giving false statements to supervisors. And specifically, I would construe that this involves his investigation about whether he was having an affair or had an inappropriate association.
I think we can uphold this one because the problem I had was the consistency over 2 years of telling lies, not coming forth with the actual truth, and continuing to do it.
I think the question says giving false statements to supervisors, and if I heard things right that we were talking about, he was only asked one time during that 2 years, and it's pretty pervasive that they all date off and on, and that they have their parties and do this, and there's 2 people in 2 offices that are next to each other downtown that go with each other, and there's several ones all over, so knowingly giving false statements to supervisors. Whether it went on for 2 years or whatever, he was only asked at one time, and I think for me, I have to decide whether I think his answer was by omission a false statement, or did he give a false statement? And for me, I don't know if he did or didn't.
Well, I would like to opine on that. I believe that I like and agree with Reckenwell's statement that he had a duty to disclose there, whether or not he was asked specifically. You know, you can answer the question technically correct, but if you stand up there and say, I did not have relations with that beach officer, you know, busted, yeah, you did, and did again. Might not be doing it right now, but I think he had an affirmative duty to disclose that, and he did not. He answered the question truthfully to the letter of the law, but it bugs me. I think there's got to be some trust here, and I don't think he was forthcoming with his answer.
Yeah, you might expect that of some junior beach patrol officer, not even an officer, just a lifeguard. But not from a man that's been there 27 years and knows what's going on. So I make a motion that we do uphold section 86.453, number 12.
Is there a second? I can't second it from the chair, I don't think.
Oh, second, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Excuse me. I was trying to decide how I was gonna vote.
Yeah. I have something else, how it was.
Yeah, I'm going back to Director Sweat. Director Sweat accepted his answer. And that's where Director Sweat accepted his answer. Now, we can all guess whether or not, I don't know whether the affair was going on then or not, but he would be the person that knows it. And I don't know that anybody asked the other person involved whether or not that was the case, so, I mean.
I remember what I was going to add. That policy has been there, I believe, Gardner, when he says that he would have taken that into consideration and been more careful about his conduct.
Yeah.
So it points to the lack of a policy and the need for one. Further discussion on that motion?
Director Sweat said, told us that he could not say that he thought that the captain had given a false statement.
Can Director Buckenwald didn't have a chance to ask that question. Talk to him. Fired him, but he didn't even talk to him. So.
Further discussion on that motion? Give an opportunity to weigh in if they have more to say. Motion was to uphold that one, correct?
Yes, uphold number 12.
All right, All those in favor of that motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign?
Aye.
The record shows that motion fails to pass, I'm correct in that? Okay.
You need another motion then. I move that we do not sustain 86, 453, 12.
I'll second that.